Okay, so I just want to be sure that everybody heard that. It starts with roux and water.
Roux
It is
and water.
not a packaged gravy.
We would have to have a lot of packs.
Welcome to the official podcast of Foodies of Lafayette, where flavor meets community. A huge thank you to our Chef's Table sponsor, Logic Refrigeration and HVAC. Reach out to Seth, 337-242-1000. Let's join our hosts, Heidi McDonald and Jason Stoner.
Hey y'all, Heidi McDonald, founder of Foodies of Lafayette. I'm here today at the beautiful Sunday Soda Fountain in downtown with my partner in crime, Jason Stoner. We're going to bring you today the absolutely regal restaurant royalty of Lafayette, Madonna Broussard. You know her from Laura's too. We're going to get a little bit of history from her today and get the background details.
It's quite a story.
It really is.
All right.
To bring you that story, though, want to give a shout out to our partners here. Sundays, of course, want to say thank you to Parish Inc. We love the new merch, y'all. Thank you so much. Each purchase goes to support our Lafayette Community Fridge project. So y'all go check it out. Super cute stuff. Supporting your community. Speaking of that project and supporting our community, want to say thank you to Seth with Logic Refrigeration, HVAC. He's been fantastic with that project. We also want to say thank you to Colin with Ounce of Hope and the Swears over at Cajun Table. Y'all, we couldn't do it without these people. It really is all of us, all of our community that makes it the place that it is, that makes it so special. And we just want to bring you all those stories. So, thanks to our partners, and without further ado, part of our restaurant royalty in this town, Miss Madonna Broussard. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we're hoping to get a little bit of background from you. No, been in the news here a lot lately.
Yeah.
Different influencers online. Some nominations for James Beard Award. It's kind of a big deal.
Big deal.
Y'all been hearing a lot about that here lately. But before we get to the today, how about where it all started? Laura's 2 on University is not the original location.
No.
And you're not the first to start cooking in your family.
I'm not the first Laura.
It was you truly were raised on rice and gravy.
My shirt says it, raised on rice and gravy.
Tell us about that. Who started it?
The actual Laura was my grandmother, Miss Laura. Laura Williams Broussard was the start. In her house. My grandma started at 918 Voris. I'm more than sure now. Well, at that time, there's a front street, which is the Lord. So her address might have went to Lord Street. Mm-hmm. But the restaurant was more the back side of it. Like the house was one side, front street, the Lord. Mm-hmm. And I hope I'm saying that right because it is. And then the back side was the 918. So the customers kind of ventured in on the 918 side, which is 918 Voris, where the magic began.
Wow.
In the early I'm gonna say 68.
Yeah. And it was plate lunches though, right? Home cooking. It was before there was plate lunches in Lafayette. That wasn't a thing yet.
No, it was platters. Because baby, it was a platter. Because it was big platter plates. I don't know what they would have done in those times in, just if they had a styrofoam box at that time. But I do recall everything was more, because it was a big building. It was like her house front part, the back part was like restaurant, juke joint to me. I remembered. And I don't know there had an introduction to plate lunches in that time, but I know probably like around, in 75 it burned.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so the actual building burned like in 75, which was that part of her house. And then they kind of dismantled all of that and then went to the building that Lafayette knows, which is like that yellow metal trailer. that everybody know. And that's where the plate lunch boxes were
Okay.
introduced.
Now, out of her house, did that primarily start with family? Like, was the family coming by daily to get lunch?
It was my grandmother and her sister. I remember an Aunt Myrtle Francis were probably the head, into it all. But my grandmother, my dad, my mom was not really introduced at that point in time because I remember she worked at Fruit of the Loom. So, but it was it was all family. My grandma was big on a secret. So it was a family.
It was a family.
Well, with those recipes, I
Yeah.
see why. Those are
It was
worth keeping secret.
it was a sister thing, a sister brother. There were a lot of them, and she was kind of the one. They've always said like cooked for her siblings. Her mom in the early years, her mom and her auntie were still living. Like I remember my great grandma passed away like at 103.
Wow.
I lived that long.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
There's something good in that rice and gravy.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
103. So, and your dad is Laura's son.
Son.
Okay.
But your mom did get involved eventually.
My
and
mom-
all the
My
kids.
mom did. My grandma retired in 1984. And then my mom and dad were like the front runners. But my mom was, because my dad worked for Southern Petroleum Laboratories here in town for 29 years. So he would come on his break.
Yeah.
And it was
Oh.
basically my grandma and my mom. And my mom was more of the structure in the 80s and just the more kind of thank you baby, hey baby, that's where that all kind of implemented in.
And the recipes stayed the same.
Stayed the same.
And even still today.
Yeah. The turkey wing was one day a week, was Wednesday. Tuesday at Lars, and people know this. If you know, you know. Tuesday was like a free soda day. They had when I came through in 2000, I kind of just decided we're gonna try to do turkey every day because it was kind of like always the biggest thing that everybody loved.
Well, it's so good.
My grandma kind of teased people, so it was a Wednesday, and then my mom them too. It wasn't every day.
What's your favorite thing?
My favorite is I am raised on rice and gravy. So that is like the first science project that we start off in the morning. And that's probably the first thing I eat because we test it like every morning before we put it out. We start off, it's really no secrets. We start off with roux and water. And that is kind of like the biscuit of the morning. It's rice and gravy.
Okay, so I just want to be sure that everybody heard that. It starts with roux and water.
Roux
It is
and water.
not a packaged gravy.
We would have to have a lot of packs.
Oh, well, I went over there to try, and I was like, no, just give me this. And she's like, you're not getting out of here without rice and gravy.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
You can't.
no,
I have to get
and
extra
it was very
rice
good.
and gravy.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's an experience too. I mean, and I love the fact that we pair a lot of stuff with rice and gravy because and not just recently, but I've gotten a lot of people that come and don't understand that concept. And I truly believe that concept is for Acadiana. Everything, that's why we say we're raised on rice and gravy. I get people that come in, can I get butter? Like, what you need the butter for? Well, for my rice, but it's rice and gravy. I've seen it. I've seen different patterns.
What you gonna do with the butter?
Well, a lot of people grew up with basically
like for
more rice
breakfast.
and
Okay.
rice.
I would do that
just
for
don't
breakfast with
have
a little
gravy.
sugar.
Yeah, and it's rice and sugar.
Yeah.
Rice and butter, but that's why we always say it's an experience. You
It
got to be ready.
absolutely is.
It is an experience.
Well, and you've had some pretty impressive people that have come through for that experience. You
Oh,
had
yeah.
Anthony Bourdain at one point, wasn't it?
Yeah, a great event. I credit all of that to Mr. Sid. Mr. Sid believed in me, and we got that last minute call for Bourdain. And we were celebrating our own kind of Kiss Me Cam, kind of a whole Laura's fun day. Sunday fun day was Valentine's Day. So they said, can y'all host like and really for me, I was kind of like taken aback. Okay, it's just him, or I really didn't know Parts Unknown too much to think that it would be here coming in the city and kind of understand that concept of, okay, these people are pushing through, coming in, lights, camera, action, where we really don't get a chance to clean up. And not say clean up, but just clean ourselves up too. You know what I'm saying? Just be camera ready. Because, you know, sometimes you are camera ready.
Right.
You know, places get camera ready, and we had 10 minutes to be camera ready.
Oh, wow.
All of us, the whole crew, people, everybody.
Break out the lipstick and the powder and the scrub brush and the mop and the
right.
Oh my
and
gosh.
just have
Can't
just
even
have
imagine.
us ready, you know,
Yeah.
and kind of have everything going on. And I was like, man, this is big, because we've had people to come through before, and we've gotten ready, you know, like shut down stuff, close up, take labels, you know, turn labels around. This here was not that much. We didn't get to prepare.
You know what though? Honestly, I think that's probably all right. That really just showcases what a superstar you really are. Because, well, first of all, not everybody could handle that on the fly. I mean, that there really is something to be said for that. But but the fact that you were able to take that surprise and turn
Surprise it is.
And but to truly showcase the realness. Because it is what you do, it is real. It's not a show that you put on for people, you know. It's one of the reasons why I'm so quick to recommend you plate lunches, because I know if whoever I send is going to be impressed. So,
and it's authentic,
you know.
It's just authentic, you know. I try to, and this is what Bourdain told me, just walking in, and I don't know really at that time, I can't really remember what was going on politically in the world or what was really going on in the world. For him to kind of say, let me have a minute just to ask you, you know, is this place just basically like this all the time, where people can kind of sit and engage and elbow with each other? Like you can meet a friend in a line, then you can take your box to the other side. And I was like, that's basically how we are. And he was like, do not change that.
Yeah.
Don't change that, where people are meeting people together. And he was like, and I love the fact there's no white tablecloths.
No.
You know, and that white tablecloth feel. I was like, yeah, we are so down home.
It is, but you have the white tablecloth quality and service and flavor, and my gosh, the portion sizes put any white tablecloth restaurant to shame that I've ever been to. I mean, I'll eat 3 times on one plate lunch.
And that's just, my grandmother was really big on feeding. You know, she was that type of person that, you know, Sundays were always a big day. You know, Sunday day was a big day, but every day was Sunday to her. You know, she she cooked like, and I can remember just, you know, some things that I know I don't eat now, but I had to try when I was younger, like tongue with, say, candy yams and marshmallows. That was Tuesday. You know, it was always a grand affair and grand affair for her. It was always big.
I love that.
And really, I read that from the very beginning, customers have always been treated like family. Like you said, they're rubbing elbows, they're sitting down, they're talking. And it's more like just family visiting the restaurant. And it's encouraged. Like that atmosphere is something you've kept going. And I think your mom was instrumental in.
Very much so.
Yeah. And that's just great. That's amazing.
I have seen kids just throughout, you know, I've known people that know me since, they'll say, I knew you since you was a little girl. I'm 56. So I've seen people through that industry from a kid. And then now from me taking on in 2000, I have seen kids, like I saw them like little 6th grade, 7th grade. I've done their parents' like graduation dinners. They've hired me for their weddings, and now I'm doing the baby showers. So the cycle
full
kind
circle.
of, yeah, and that has been a lot of families, just
love that.
random families or just people that we've known since, my parents knew that we have been working with them, and they have just, believed in us for that long.
So I'm sure you were at the restaurant as a child.
I was.
You were. So,
yeah.
but when did you ever help out? When did you start really helping out or really?
I coming from my mom's family, we're from Parks. So, my mom's side was very, very instrumental cooks too. My grandfather, they were kind of black pot cooks. So I grew up on two sides of the fence. I grew up with my mom's family, like my grandfather was a pepper farmer. So
Okay.
Oh, wow.
we picked pepper, talked Creole, and ate. That was the cooking side. Where how they would say on the headland, and we would eat with them and do that. And then being a Parks kid coming to Lafayette was more of like me being the girl from Little House on the Prairie coming to
The big city.
Laura
coming to the
Ingalls.
city. Yeah, coming to the city and being kind of looked like, man, y'all are so different, but we
Yeah.
grew up all in one, my mom's family, we grew up in all in one like area, neighborhood, farming, cows, well, not cows, but all kind of, my grandfather grew everything and lots of pepper, him and his brothers.
Like Tabasco pepper?
Yeah, red pepper, like red and green
Huh.
peppers. That's what my grandfather did. So that was our good time. That's where we
Yeah.
learned a lot. Then coming to Laura's and with my grandma and them, it was more of like kind of seeing a juke joint life and cooking, and they partied. They had Clifton Chenier rolling or that kind of stuff. So it was
Oh,
the best
wow.
of both worlds just to see, this really country life, and then you come here and growing up and seeing, it's food, it's a lot going on, it's liquor,
Yeah.
So I grew up really just watching it until and then after I wind up going to Fruit of the Loom. I went to Fruit of the Loom for like 9 years and didn't really want to.
Am I missing something? Did Fruit of the Loom have?
They had a
fa-
plant.
A plant
A
here?
plant.
And
They-
Lafayette,
for years and
Louisiana?
years
In St. Marville.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I worked there.
You probably worked on my underwear when I was a kid.
So
No, we're the same age, pretty much.
I sold men underwear for 9 years. I put the binding on an underwear for 9 years, but I've always, like, after that, I was always instrumental in helping my mama catering, just doing little things, and just.
And your mom is who started the catering, really, right?
Oh yeah, my
With the
mama.
with
My
the
mama
family legacy.
started the catering and just holding the fort down because my grandma was really
Yeah.
had retired, and it was my mom. So being in the kitchen was I've always been around food, good food, cooked from scratch, just seeing it, black pots, everything. So food has really been our love language.
What? I love that you just said that. That is exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. And that is exactly what comes through in all of your cooking, in all of your
Exactly.
recipes. You can absolutely taste the love. What made you decide to go into restaurant though? You grew up in it, I know, but I mean that's a big stretch to say, okay, I grew up in this kitchen and I know how much work this is. You went into another industry
Did.
and then came back to the family. So what prompted you to make that?
In about 99, the Laura ship was sinking really bad. My dad had kind of plummeted a lot in just, him and my mom were divorced. So my dad was really kind of like the structure. And it was just too much for him. So my husband definitely knew, like, this is a ship. You
Yeah.
know, this the
It's a lot.
Titanic, you know, and
Yeah.
we have to save it. You know, we just have to figure out how to save it. So we kind of stepped in and just kind of saw our way to getting people to believe back into us. You know, starting off just small. You know, small, really not big on getting a lot of people to really help with, you know, the industry, you know, just learning. We knew it. My mom was really, you know, the backbone still. My dad was a lot under the weather. He was, you know, his health had failed a lot during that time.
But your mom carried the restaurant on. Like,
Oh
your
yeah,
mom,
she did. My mom did.
Your dad just had some
Yeah.
things happening.
Yeah, my dad was more, you know, he was instrumental in everything, but his health had declined a whole lot.
Yeah.
So he was battling so many, you know, illnesses at the time. And we knew that we just had to step in. So my family, my mom's family, sisters, my husband's family, and the Laura's family, we all just combined together and said, we gotta build this brand,
That's
you know.
amazing.
And I am blessed that when we say family, I have been blessed with like families. You know, my husband's family, his mom was an amazing cook, and his family, my mama's family, were very instrumental. Her sisters. So I really had a lot of help, you know, just people helping me to, you know, pull what was sinking back up.
It takes a village.
Yeah.
And we had it.
Wow.
We had it. And still do.
That absolutely speaks such volumes to me. You know, one of the things that I wanted to ask you today is what legacy you want to leave your kids, because I know that you've got a lot. You've got them
I got
helping
some
out
little
too.
Lauras.
But I had to guess that's kind of it, huh?
Well,
That's
you know,
huge.
my daughter she's been with me. Lacey has been with me. So she is a driving force. You know, she's me 20 years ago. So I know that, you know, the torch
It's in
is
good
going to
hands.
go. We're in good hands.
I
She's
love
amazing.
that.
She's an amazing little worker bee.
That will be fourth generation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you ever notice on Facebook, I have some little twins. They are, each time that they're with me, they're doing what my grandmother did to me, making me just learn every little thing.
You showing them how to stir the pot.
Stuffed
I
turkey
love it.
wings, you know, stir pots. They have a great entrepreneur skill. They love to come and want to sell something.
Oh,
Can't
that's
wait.
wonderful.
So, you know, and then my brother has kids too. I have a brother, and he's been very instrumental, just not with us, but he is the business also. You know, he knows a lot of the business, and his kids, they have been, so we got a lot of great cooks. I got great cousins who cook, you know. So when I say our family is, you know, we know food, we know rice and gravy. We know turkey, we know fried chicken, fried pork chop. So it's a lot of us that really, you know, will continue this Laura's legacy.
I would like to take a second to thank Logic Refrigeration HVAC for all that they do for us and helping us bring these amazing stories to you. Logic Refrigeration HVAC services, full services restaurants, and they're very good at what they do. Reach out to them if you need refrigeration, HVAC, or really any other equipment in your restaurant. They can put you on a preventive maintenance plan. Lordy, I can't talk today. Preventive maintenance plan, and we'll help you with that. But also, they are a rock star in our community fridge project with donation of time of doing preventive maintenance, keeping our fridges cool, as well as donated equipment, double commercial fridges for that project. So if you've got refrigeration, Madonna, call Logic if you have any issues, because Seth will
On
help
that
you out.
maintenance, yeah.
Speaking of Madonna,
Yes, all
Miss
right.
Laura. I don't think too many people know me by Madonna.
Okay, I probably should.
No, hey, Miss Laura.
That's I guess
I
that
didn't
makes
at
sense.
first.
Yeah.
I didn't know you when I first met you. I don't think I knew that. So,
I know. I love the name Miss Laura.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what a legacy.
It is. It really is.
You know, dive a little bit more into childhood and being around her. I mean, I know she had a restaurant, but there had to be times when you weren't at the restaurant. And what was she like?
Child. I'm not gonna even try to implement her in the grave. But it was cards. My grandmother was she was probably the number one card house.
Really.
How many kids did she have?
I have an aunt, and my aunt is still living. She's always lived in California. So it's my dad, Harold, and my aunt Anna. Anna, she lives in Bakersfield. She's very frequent, and she was in the business too. She was around, but she moved away. But her sons were my cousins. My first cousins were very, very instrumental as well, alongside my mom and dad. My cousin Tim, he was the stuff. He was the magic.
Wow.
Goodness, it really is
Yeah.
your whole family, isn't
Yeah,
it?
my cousin
That's
Tim
amazing.
and my brother. My cousin Brian is a chef in Arizona. His own personal, his own catering company.
Oh, wow.
So my grandmother was, I do remember white tablecloths. They did a lot of gambling. So, and I don't gamble
Sure.
at all. Don't know, but they played a lot of bourrée, tunk. It was a lot of food sales after hours, into the card games. But that's who she was. Card games and fishing.
Oh, wow. I love that.
Sounds like Louisiana at its
Yeah.
finest to me.
Card games.
It's so funny. I think talking to just about anybody from southern Louisiana, you almost always, it comes around to food and bourrée and fishing somehow
Fishing,
or
yeah.
another. It
You know,
really
I have
does.
never played bourrée.
Really?
Never played. Someone needs to teach me.
I couldn't. I couldn't. I'm not that big on card games but my grandmother, if if when people see this, they'll say she's definitely correct. They had a lot of gambling. They played a lot of cards. And my first trips to Vegas, like at a 12 or 13-year-old, was with her on the train going to Vegas.
Oh,
she was a
wow.
gambler. She loved
Loved it.
gambling.
What'd she play?
Bourrée,
Mo-
tunk,
Okay.
probably pitty pat, but I'm more than sure in the Texas Hold'em. I don't know what they call it, but they played a lot of cards.
Yeah. So, any memories? What was your favorite thing that she cooked?
My grandmother was, and I really wish that my brother and my cousins, that we paid more attention to that aspect, because she was the queen of boudin.
Really?
She made an amazing boudin, and growing up, just watching it, how it's done. A lot of times she would come to parks, and we wouldn't say boucherie, we would say a butcher. They had a boucherie butcher, where a lot of that was her signature. People from all over would come for the boudin.
Wow.
So that was my number one thing from her.
Oh, wow. Do you make boudin yourself?
No,
Not at all.
we didn't pay attention.
Okay.
We learned the
Did
rice and
anyone
gravy.
pay
But-
attention?
My brother
Yeah.
Roderick did, but he doesn't do it on the scale as her.
That's a
But
process, isn't it?
Yeah,
My goodness.
I don't really want to work that hard.
I don't know. I've seen you behind that
Yeah.
counter. You
Yeah,
work pretty hard.
that's
Did
no.
you just hear her? I don't
I
want to
know,
work that
I know,
hard.
right?
Yeah, I don't want to work that hard.
Oh,
No,
my goodness.
that's too much of a tedious process. And she was really great at it. My grandmother was good at it, and also I've always, learned the concept of just like fish. She loved fish, and me too. I love
And you will get fish with rice and gravy
Yeah.
at your
I love
place.
fish.
And always cooked properly too. How is it that you manage to do that? It's never overdone.
Yeah, well, it's all about just not a lot of breading.
Yeah.
I would just say that. That's the secret. Just not a lot of, coatings or toppings or that makes it thick.
Right.
I love and we've always had a light catfish.
Yeah, I love that.
So
I like it thin and
good.
crispy, and your
Right.
batter's great. All right, so your kids are starting to help out here and there with the restaurant. Where's all this going? Are we having a Laura's 4, a Laura's 5?
I'm more than sure. I have 3 kids. I have a stepson. I don't know. My boys are in the trucking role. And I hope they seeing this. They don't want to do a plate lunch. But I have some great cooks, some great boys that are great cooks for their wives.
Well, that's a good thing.
For their wives. Now,
Look at that.
Yeah. My daughter will have a Laura's 4.
Oh, I love that.
Nice.
I
We'll
love
stand
that.
the
You'll
test
bring
of
Laura's
time.
out.
I
Yeah.
love that.
She'll run in my shoes.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that. Talking to some of the other legends in town, you hear the stories of its first, second, third generation. I don't know that we've had anyone mapping out their 4th generation. So this is very exciting. But another thing, let me ask you about longevity. Do you have some employees that's just been around for a while?
Well, I love to, just be able to tell people that we are, for the longest, we've been just family. And I just rather it, we don't have a lot of secrets. And it's not that I don't really let a lot of people in, but I just like the Laura's way.
So it's family still.
Yeah, so
to
it's
this
family.
day.
So this day, it's,
Well, it seems
Yeah, you're
to
not
be
getting that.
working.
Yeah.
You're not getting that fried pork chop recipe.
No,
no.
no, not a
Oh
chance.
my God.
Yeah,
Not a
we've
chance.
let, people have come through in the past, but now, COVID, allowed us, it was just us. It was my cousins coming in, and they are school teachers and principals and work here. It's just basically,
I did
a
not
lot
know
of my
that,
family.
and that is amazing.
It really is.
That it's family.
Yeah, it's
And y'all been busy. Y'all
Yeah.
been real busy.
we have, people ask me, you don't get to really, a lot of people really don't see my world outside of it because, I'm a little, I live in Parks and I love being home.
You
and
still drive to
relaxing.
Parks?
I drive every day. According to my phone, 26 minutes. I will
Oh, that's
never
not
leave.
too bad.
I will never leave Parks, Louisiana.
Country girl still in there.
The beautiful Parks, Louisiana, and I love it. It still gives me that feeling of my mom's family. It gives the feeling of just I get to wind down. I get to wind down at home. So, I've always just rather us being just kind of us, because it's easier.
Yeah. Any
Yeah.
thoughts on expanding anytime soon?
I don't think so.
No?
I love the fact that we're on the south side. On the north side of town. I love that. I just love that. I feel like, I'm getting people now to come from all over, and I do feel like if you want us, you're going to travel. You're going to come to it.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe Laura's number 4, my daughter Lacey, they have such different ideas than me. But we're going to stick to what we know, and we're going to be that staple on the north side. We're going to grow with the north side. As the north side grows, we'll grow. And I think that'll be the best thing for us.
That's awesome.
Well, I'm sure glad to hear it because I would be heartbroken if I couldn't get rice and gravy anymore.
All right. It has been an absolute pleasure having you.
It has.
Thanks for having me.
And hearing another dynamic
It is.
story about restaurant royalty
What a
in
legacy y'all
Lafayette.
have.
Thank you for helping make Lafayette so tasty.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that coming
Thank
from
you.
Foodies of Lafayette.
Wow.
Oh, we
We
love you.
appreciate y'all.
You guys are our rock stars. You guys are our rock stars. We love our local restaurant scene. And
Y'all
that's
are
what it's
what
all
makes
about.
it so special.
Yeah.
You really
Thanks.
are. You
Thanks.
really are. So thank you for being here.
Well, y'all continue to grow. As y'all grow, we'll grow.
Doing our best.
Yeah.
Doing our very
Alrighty.
best. And with that, thank you so much to our partner, Ounce of Hope. Ounce of Hope is helping us to grow and helping us share all of these amazing stories with you. Everything that makes our area so special and unique. And we love bringing it to you. So thanks for being here.
We'd also like to thank the Cajun Table. They've got their spice blends. This is spicy. This is original. And then their boil. Now, if you like the Cajun Table and their crawfish and their seafood, you might check out these because this is the same thing they're using in their kitchen. Thank you, Cajun Table, for believing in Foodies of Lafayette and helping us with this podcast.
Let's eat.
Let's eat.
Make sure to subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or YouTube. And thanks again to our Chef's Table sponsor, Logic Refrigeration and HVAC. You can learn more at getlogicservice.com. If you have a restaurant, commercial business, Seth can take care of you. Give him a call, 337-242-1000. Until next time, let's eat.